What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with a very special 2-for-1 edition of my Cleveland Browns training camp position preview series. And today I'll be previewing the Browns secondary. Now, the way I did this is I split it into both positions, right? We got corners and safeties. That's how I did it. Just like how I did the trenches, that's how I'm doing the secondary. Okay? All right. Now, you look at this group as a whole, and I'm not, being a glazer, as they say these days, right? But this unit, mainly the cornerback unit, right, has the potential to be one of the best cornerback groups in the NFL. I mean, just look at the group in general, right? Denzel Ward, really good, Pro Bowl caliber. Greg Newsome, MJ Emerson, both regressed heavily last year, but overall, they are both very, very good corners. And man, if they have a bounce back season this year, woo-wee, man, it's going to be fun. Now, the one thing that worries me is health, especially when it comes to Denzel Ward, especially when it comes to concussions. Yep. If he can just stay on the field and stay healthy, Denzel Ward will be a Pro Bowl corner this year, bar none. Same thing goes for the others as well, Greg and MJ. If we don't trade Greg, because I know there's been some talks about the Browns possibly trading Greg for a receiver. Now, if they keep Greg and MJ together, I think they will be one hell of a tandem to go along with Denzel. And those three will form one hell of a trio. And then you look at the backups that we have. Obviously, the best one we got is Cam Mitchell. But don't sleep on a guy like maybe Nick Needham or Miles Harden, because those two ain't slouches either. And then, of course, you have the special teamer Tony Brown II, who's back. He's pretty good. And then, of course, you look at safety, they got Grant Delpit, who is an absolute dog. Ronnie Hickman, who's looking like he's going to get a expanded role with Juan Thornhill's departure. And then the Browns went out and signed Rayshawn Jenkins and DeMonte KZ, who could both play corner if needed. So that's good. But it looks like, according to our lads, they have them at safety. So that's cool. That's cool, right? But, it's good to have guys that could play both spots, corner and safety, right? Just got to be careful, because if you have to play KZ at corner, you're sacrificing depth at safety. So, and something tells me the Browns could very well go out and either sign or trade for a corner. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, we're going to start off this video by talking about the cornerback room, right? And again, this is arguably the strongest unit on the team. Deepest for sure, too. As we take a look at who I view as safe, obviously Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson Jr., Cam Mitchell, and Tony Brown. Yeah, they're safe. I like Tony Brown because he's a really good special teamer. Mm-hmm. Bubba Ventrone loves that guy. But the others are really good, so that's awesome to see. Right? If the top four all have great years, we're in great shape, for sure. Looking at who's on the bubble, it's Nick Needham and Miles Harden. I think they will make the team. But yeah, that's what you need. You need depth, and they will provide that, for sure. And then, better ball out, of course, it's Anusium Kendall, Jones, and James. Best case, as always, is these guys end up on the practice squad. It's going to be a very stressful training camp for these guys because, if you're trying to make the team, you're going to have to beat out Nick Needham and those other guys, right? Tony Brown, although he's a special teamer. But you're mainly going to have to beat out the dudes in the bubble to make this team, most likely, right? Now we take a look at the safety position. As let me pull up. Oh, there we are, right here. There we go. Safeties, Delpit and Hickman. Pretty obvious they're safe, right? They're going to be starting week 1, unless we go out and sign somebody like Justin Simmons, which most likely will not happen. Like, that train left the station when the Browns went out and signed not 1, but 2 safeties within a few hours of each other. Right? Remember that? We went out and got Rayshawn Jenkins and then KZ right around that same time too. I thought, oh, we only got 1. And then, boom, we got the other. It's like, okay. So yeah, Delpit and Hickman are definitely safe. On the bubble, it's Jenkins and KZ. I think they're going to be on the team. But they shouldn't just go in the camp and slack off. Because if they do, a guy like McMillan or Edmonds could swoop in and steal their spot. Right? I mean, there's no such thing as truly safe unless you're a starter. But even then, right? Always got to be on your toes. But yeah, like I said, overall, this is a very strong unit. That is the Browns secondary. I think you put this secondary along with our front 7, our defense should be good as long as they can avoid injuries and regression. We should be right back there as a top 3 defense in the NFL, just like we were a few years ago, when our defense was a force to be reckoned with. We get that again this year, things are going to be fun, right? Especially if the offense actually has a pulse, which, as long as, old horny man doesn't step on the field, I think we should be good, right? I think the football gods will grace us with a lot of good luck this year. Right? Because something tells me the football gods put a hex on us because of old horny man and his antics, right? Off the field, right? They made us pay for that. So, yeah. Should be a fun year. And of course, roster moves could always happen. And as I've said, rosters are subject to change. I could post this video and an hour later, boom, big signing happens, right? Like we could go out and sign Asante Samuel Jr. or trade for somebody. Now, as far as available free agents at cornerback, I mean, there's not too many big names at this point. I mean, according to our lads, you got James Bradbury, Kendall Fuller, Stephon Gilmore, Rasul Douglas, Mike Hilton, CJ Henderson, Michael Davis, Emmanuel Mosley, Arthur Mollett, Asante Samuel Jr., Cam Sutton, Fabian Moreau, and so on and so forth. Like, there's some decent names, but, based off of what we would need, which is backup, if we're going to sign a corner, I would not mind a Mike Hilton or, say, a CJ Henderson. Rasul Douglas would be cool. Right? Kendall Fuller. Or even James Bradbury. Right? He is on the older side. He'd be a good veteran for the room. Maybe Asante Samuel Jr. If they trade Greg, I'm hoping that they swoop around and snag Asante Samuel Jr. That would be cool. Now, at safety, it really depends. Because, obviously, we got Delpit and Hickman, and they went out and signed 2 safeties right after each other, actually. Yeah, literally one after the other. Marcus Williams, Justin Simmons, Jordan Whitehead, George Odom, who just got cut. Julian Blackmon's still available. Quandre Diggs. Yeah, we're not going to sign any of those guys. If we're going to sign somebody, it'll be like Adrian Colbert, Von Bell, Andre Shakir, Deshaun Gibson, Marcus May, right? I don't think they will. I think they are just fine with what they have at safety. So, as always, we will see what happens, and if any more roster moves go down, I'll have a video, just like always. So with that being said, have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock for my series recap of the A's series, and I preview the series upcoming against the O's. That'll be fun. But I'll see you guys then. Go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you guys later. Go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.